Hey everybody, I'm back. What I'm going to do now is the Thursday to Sunday reading to further explore the last 4 cards in this weekly shift reading. All right, so remembering that the underlying message for this week is the heart of the sky, and this is all about the cosmic heart. So this is linking all aspects of self, physical, non-physical, 3D, multidimensional, within, to step onto new timelines, a new life, if you like. And the last reading was all about taking full occupation and ownership of your own DNA. It's essentially what we're moving into. Right. Let's just remind you what the last 4 cards are. So this is where I sense there was an energy shift coming in on this initiatic one. And it's coming in on the ancient ones. All right. Holding circle. Got dragon energy with this again. And with the drum, I get the medicine wheel, the medicine drum. I've brought my drum back into the room for this. Beating out a new rhythm, calling in. The calling in of the hidden, displaced, not yet manifest self, the all. And going within. So the precursor to these 4, the kind of the bridge from what feels like last week into Thursday, which is feeling like a new week. And Thursday tomorrow is going to be the exact midpoint in this eclipse sandwich, the midpoint between the lunar and the solar, between the full and the new moon. And it might be about the building energy coming now, stepping into the new energy for the new moon, and the manifestation of what that's bringing in. And I don't know the placement of the moon. I'm not going to do the astrology. I'm just going to do this energy read and see what comes. So I'm going to read it as a collective field. If I read for each card, the video will be an hour long. So I'm going to read it as one message. Beautiful. Right, so let's just read bits from the book. So we can be with everything that these cards are bringing in, that these messages are bringing in. So the ancient ones are the shamans of the old who defended death and escaped the tyranny of time. Again, this is speaking straight into the DNA, the timelessness. The ancient ones once walked the earth like us in flesh and bone. Now they reside in infinity and can counsel us after we say yes to our calling. They are available to help us attain our full realization. And in the last video, I'm talking about the individuation, the self-actualization, self-identity. The invitation is for you to reach to the future to help birth a new destiny for the earth. To find out who you are becoming 10,000 years from now. If you accept the invitation, great power and blessings will come your way and allow you to craft a new destiny for yourself. Do not hesitate to bite off more than you can chew, because you have unlimited spiritual resources available right now. I had this conversation yesterday talking about manifesting and how the mind gets in the way, and how before the eclipse I did a visualization where I gathered in all my wishes and my dreams, and I burnt the forest to the ground, just left this empty space, and I still feel empty. It's lovely. And I was talking about wants, and maybe let's make it really simple, and maybe we want a new car. Okay, so for me that would be an F-type. An F-type Jaguar would be my dream car, and I'm talking into it, and I'm saying, so I can use all my resource in my mind to manifest this F-type Jaguar. But what if the universe wants to give me a chauffeur-driven Bentley? Okay, if you go back to July last year, and I was talking about dream big or go home, go big or go home. But sometimes our wants and wishes actually get in the way of this, of the nothingness of a purer manifestation, a gift, that trust. It's that. So this is about examining your attitudes and actions. Here we go. It's almost like an inventory of what you are. It's an inventory of what ignites your passion, what ignites joy, and what doesn't, what leaves you flat. So it's asking you to question where your attitudes and actions don't serve your highest integrity. It's about breaking free from what you believe is your inherited karma. Again, this is owning the DNA. It's about breaking the chains that once bound you to the family drama, to be free of generational beliefs and values, and those lower energy forms, fear-based, war-based, trauma-based, displacement-based, denigration-based, poverty-based consciousness. That's all going. So I might suggest you kind of gather those characters around your inner round table and have a love-in. Have a love-in. Yeah, it finishes by saying, honor your ancestors by lighting a candle to them tonight. Oh, it feels gorgeous. All right, let's go to the circle. This is about unification, interconnectedness, a sense of continuum as opposed to time, is what this card implies. The circle reminds us we are all one, our all oneness. Dancers in a unified, continuous, inclusive circle. This card reminds us of the cycles of life and the evolving self, ever changing and always connected. Human, spirit, nature, the cosmos, all intrinsically connected. When the circle appears, it reminds you you are connected to everything and everyone, including to spirit. And in simple terms, how this can present is through the mirror of life, through literally meeting another person who just irks you in some way. And that's the gift, that's your connectedness. It's easy to instantly like people. It's not so easy to find reconciliation in that which causes you inner conflict. But actually that which causes you inner conflict is the mirror of your shadow coming back to you. If it triggers you, it's within you. Okay. So when we learn how to dance within a conflict, then we become the transmuter and the transformer. And that's about taking ownership. Spirit's essence beats in your heart and inspires you to co-create your world, knowing that you count, that you have purpose in this world. Imagine even a smile to a stranger. Did I not say that the other day? And Phil commented on it. He'd already decided in that morning before seeing the reading, he was just going to randomly smile at strangers. That can change the course of a life. It can. When the circle invites you to dance in the sacred steps of life, know that your work, your love, your service brings greater value than you can know. I said that in the last reading. You touch one life and exponentially that will ripple out into multiple lives. Stay the course, keep dancing, and all will be well. When the circle comes in as medicine, so these are the shadows that it will illuminate. You're meant to come to an understanding of the importance of decay and letting go, the importance of dying to an old form and being reborn anew. If you're faced with the challenge of loss or disappointment, remember this: in the circle of life, nothing is ever wasted. Love will seek itself again. Prosperity will come from a new idea or a new opportunity, and Spirit always waits for you to find your place in the dance again. That's about divine timing. If any of you have ever done held space work, so a workshop where you're held by the collective while you do your work, you're held in the middle. Experience that energy if you're going to do a dive into shadow. And just imagine that to begin with, you're already supported. To begin with, ancestors have gathered to support you. To begin with. This is about finding our place in the collective dance. This is big. We go to the drum. I'd love to play my drum. I can't play my drum if I'm recording on this device because of the condenser mic, it just shuts the sound down. So I have to do a separate MP3, and it takes a long time to convert the file. One day I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it soon and just record some drumming and post it. Oh God, I get dragon energy with this. The rhythm of the drum tunes you to the beating heart of the universe. Its wooden frame links you to the trees and helps you journey to the lower world via the roots and the upper world via the branches. The drum's skin gives the shaman the powers of the animal kingdom. Striking the drum calls forth the power of the thunder and the rumbling of the earthquake. The rumbling of the earthquake is where we cause tower moments for ourselves. We tear down the edifice of our own creation, tearing down our illusions. The drum invites a trance state where healing and prophecy happen. And can I just remind you that the next card is the Seer. You travel to the beat of a different drum. So it is about drumming in the new song, your new song, yours, just yours. It's time to acknowledge you do not fit a mold or a role or a relationship that is not in tune or in time, I want to say, with the rhythm of your dance. Finding your own rhythm is what this is about. responding to the heartbeat of the distant drum. The price you pay for lingering becomes higher with each passing day. Whoa! There's a bit of a JFDI moment there. Now is the time to move on. It's very now. It feels very now. Let's go to the Seer. Oh, God. Wow, okay. The Seer represents the capacity to reach beyond the obvious details of life into the hidden realms where information is available to those with the discernment to perceive it. I might change that to where inspiration. So inform is bringing it into form, to inspire. So I always see churches like to be inspired is to stand under the spire of the crown chakra between in the walls of the temples. Okay, so we're building the temple within or the cathedral within, inspired under the spire of the crown chakra, the third eye between the temples. This symbol represents psychic perception, intuition, and the capacity to know something without prior exposure. The seer knows truth, always seeks truth beyond all else, and sees reality as it truly is without judgment. The seer can read between the lines and understand what is not being said. He represents the power of clarity and being able to recognize patterns. The seer invites you to trust your intuition and follow it as it leads you forward, all right? So we're moving into the kind of the reclamation of the powerful feminine, the inner seer, the inner visionary. There's no map, and the rational, logical mind kind of wants a map before it trusts it. But being non-judgmental and unconditional means being in the intuition and blindfolded with no map and trusting. That's when life becomes an adventure. The seer can, you may feel lost when it appears that your hunch is taking you in circles or even through a maze, but the hidden realms don't follow the rules of a two-dimensional linear map. Trust your gut and allow your perception of your circumstances to widen. Perception widening. Yeah, I couldn't put that card back. It's saying too much. Trust your gut and allow your perception of your circumstances to widen, to include the nuances and subtle cues that you normally miss if you take things at face value. The seer has gifted you with his magic, her magic. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Your vision is clear. And that can be a really great train track to get back to the now, is to jump on the train marked, I'm exactly where I need to be. Come back to self. It's not over there. It's not back there. See you now. The seer has arrived now to challenge you to get out of denial and begin telling yourself the truth about your situation. Wishful thinking will not make, will not make what you desire happen when you're refusing to see things as they are. And very often, as they are, is the mind is getting in the way of you actually coming into beingness, because the mind wants, the ego wants. The truth may hurt, but it will set you free to claim the bounty that's waiting for you. This is a moment of true power. The Seer offers you the medicine. When you're ready, surrender your vision to Spirit and ask to be shown the truth, no matter the price. Once you do so, your eyes will open and you will receive a powerful gift. Well, that's gift to get. Forget that. Just go within and then. I'm not even going to complete that sentence because the journey for you will be as unique as the journey for every other person watching this video. My only guidance would be find a way. If any of the ways I've offered don't jive with you, find your own way to come back home, to come back to center and go within. And then ... is where the adventure begins. So big picture, we're coming home to something, aren't we? We're coming home to something. Yeah. That's what we're coming home to. And so I was just kind of shuffling a few decks and 3 popped out. And I'm going to bring them in. This is from the lantern, beautiful lantern, shadowy deck. So currently, a significant misalignment might be between the ego and the soul, between the heart and the mind, between thoughts and inner vision, between wanting and surrendering. These are all relationships, and in the last reading was about surrendering. I think they called it toxic relationships. I'm not ever so fond of that word. Because even poison can save a life when it's used in the right way. So again, I'm coming back to inventory, and it just might be interesting to review the relationships that are in your life, the internal relationships and the external relationships, and look for commonalities and look for consistency in misalignment and consistency in alignment, because we had the blade in the last reading, which is inviting you to really use this eclipse energy to cut away what doesn't enrich and support and uplift you. We're all becoming mystics again. I'm going to read into this. I'm just noticing that my throat did a thing before this card. And it's about singing through the heart and from the soul. It's about stepping back and not solving, fixing, or mending to earn your place in society. There's no earning needed. There never was. Your sovereignty, you have a right to be here. The voice used with intention is a very different voice to a voice used with reaction, to a voice used with old, less than programming. A voice used with the intention of, I am more than enough to begin with, is a very different voice in the world. And there's a why with this card. There's a why around what are you building? What is your motivation? What is your intention? What was the seed intention for you to be building the thing that you're building? Do you even know why you're doing it? And this is beautiful. Sacred Rebels, always beautiful, which literally speaks into that. Because you know already, and you know that you know. And again, this is about owning, occupying. I know that I know. I also know when I don't know, and I've got to be with that. When you know that you don't know, pause into that. Be in it. It's okay. It's not going to kill you. This is speaking into the blade of the last reading. I am more than enough to begin with. I always was. Right, I want to read into the voice. All right, I'm guided to read into all three of these: misalignment, intention, and the voice. Let's have a look into this field. Yeah. Wow, gosh. Building the beauty way. I'm so glad this has come out in the collective. I got this message sometime last year, and I've been becoming more and more conscious about what it is to walk the beauty way. And for me, it's been a journey of beautifying. Not in the, not in the vapid, needy way of being cosmetically perfect, but the beautification of making a cup of tea, of cooking myself a meal, of the mundane, the beautification of the mundane. And what that does is that brings me into a very present moment of being with the thing that I'm with, rather than making a cup. I'm just going to make a cup of tea. I do that as well when I'm mindless. And then it becomes rote, it just becomes routine. But when I'm mindful, I be with that. It's very present here and now, whatever it is. Maybe washing my hands, to be with that, to beautify the process, to honor and make sacred every little thought. Again, we're not there yet, we're getting there. Many, many millions of us building this. So that feels really like a shift. Very masculine card. Kundalini, seeing the bigger picture, standing in your power, bringing it into the heart. Heart-centered power. This isn't mind power. This isn't ego power. This is heart power. In a world with no form yet, it isn't manifest yet. You can see the circle of light is building. And this energy is just standing still, lifting up the Kundalini, expanding the energy field, creating from stillness, with no expectation, with no agenda, just creating from stillness and peace. If you're in the heart, you'll be in peace, which is the beauty way, is to create from the heart, to create from a place of peaceful now. Okay, we've got 3 more. Let's see what these are. Oh, wow. Oh. Oh, God. Wow, wow, wow. My crown chakra is exploding. The child made herself known, himself known, itself known in the last video. Look at this though. This is like the child and the elder, all in one, in that mystical 7, and the fusing of magic. Yeah. Creating from that 33. The divine blueprint mirrored back in to the heart. Oof. Bringing the new blueprint into matter, dissolving karma through the intuition. Wow and wow and wow. Okay, right. The way a child creates, I know I've been saying this for over a year now, but it bears repeating. The way a child creates is the beauty way. Why? Because it hasn't yet been programmed or enslaved to a subservient dogma. It's free. I'm generalizing, I know. So I'm talking about the essence of the higher heart, innocence and purity. So standing still and creating from innocence and purity is guaranteed. Beauty way. And there's a sense of kind of joviality, fun, passion, joy. These are all lovely, lovely, creative, powerful energies, way, way powerful. That's the potential that we all have. To kind of, I want to say return to the future. I don't know what that means. To become the original Earth Keepers again. I get truth being revealed here. illumination, the illumination of going within. Everything in this reading is saying, come back and go within. Everything. Come back from that. That's done. Come back and go within. What a magical time. What a magical time. Okay. So let me have a look at these cards in relation to the voice, the misalignment, and the intention, in case it isn't absolutely obvious. So in the world that we live in the current paradigm, the child has squashed the voice. The child has swallowed its words, its thoughts, its feelings, its weirdness, its mad inventor, creator energy. It's swallowed it generally in this paradigm as it gets dragged away from parents and put into society way too early before it's formed. So the society ends up forming the child on its behalf, and it becomes mindless and vacant in the process. It's like a kind of soul displacement. It's not living in strongly like the jaguar in the soul. It's becoming submersed, subservient almost to the wishes and wants of the unmanifest adult, of the adult that never individuated, will live through the child. So the child becomes the adult. That's the, where was that card where I saw the adult in the child? That was in the last reading, I think. Free child is magical, is literally magical. Free child. So I know a few amazing parents who allow their children to express fully, and what comes out of their beautiful mouths is a truth that can jar. It is a divine truth. I mean, look at the power of that. And so some of us might have to do some work on the higher heart throat connection. Because what these cards are saying is, from a child's point of view, from the creator child, the innocent creator, there is a misalignment. And I know that just through my client work. And you know, I want to change the energy of this card now because I want to bring in lack of intention. Lack of intention. When a child plays, you can give it 3 random items and it will create a universe from them. And what it doesn't have in the physical, the child will bring in from the mystical realms. It will bring in from the non-physical. So there's a whole village gathered around their pot, spoon, cup. They just bring it in because they're magical to begin with. But this is a new language, isn't it? If we speak through that language, I mean, just those two, if we just look at those two, is that a language that you hear every day? It isn't me. I hear it sometimes. This is a whole new paradigm here of creating with the beautification of life. Not to feed any narcissism, to feed the soul. Oh, to feed the heart, to feed the self. It's to beautify. Wow. Underlying sacred rebels. perfection of your life. I know. Inner trust. I am more than enough to begin with. Been talking about reflections and mirrors. Inspire. Looking through the crown. God, these are crazy. Oh my gosh. It's definitely going to be a big birthing at the end of this week. Just a real commitment to this childlike, innocent, magical beauty way, supported by the drum and the ancestors, becoming the seer. Oh, this is magical. Do you know, it's just, there's just no wonder. That's the name of the deck. These cards came into my life, brought in by a beautiful friend. Thank you, beautiful friend. This is speaking into telepathy. Okay, telepathy's been on the rise for probably the last, I don't know, 5 years, I want to say. I've really noticed it. And telepathy predates language. Okay. Yeah. This is what I was hesitating on yesterday. But I've managed to bring it through today. What I was hesitating on was this emergence of I own my DNA, and the insight that myself and my mystic friend are having around some kind of existentialism, some kind of psychosisism, because this paradigm shift coming in this week is profound. Is profound. Yeah, okay. Listen, I'm just going to share this story and expand the boundaries of weird. Expand my boundaries of what I bring to camera. This is what I was blocking yesterday. My solar plexus is activating. In the last few days, I was invited within to access a certain fragment of my own DNA. And it's my seed race DNA. And I connected and integrated with my seed race 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. But now I was called within by my inner voice to actually actively seek it out, travel to it, and activate it, where I became something else. So I did this all in one day, and it was utterly fascinating. I don't have the words to describe what I did fully. I don't understand it, and I'm really comfortable with that. I just know what it felt like. I know that in that moment I shifted, and then the next day a friend came to visit. And apparently I spent all afternoon shape-shifting, all afternoon. Just different versions of me were coming through. And luckily I was with a mystic powerful enough to witness that without freaking out. Okay. That's the story I was blocking yesterday. Now, if we go to shamanism, And when shamans do their dance, one of the dances they do is to connect with the animal kingdom. They might sometimes wear a carcass, you know, a bear carcass to embody the power and energy of a bear, but it's actually already within them. It might be within them. Everything is within. Even Ganesha is within. The drum is within. It's all within. And we have magic here now. So what do you want to access? What do you want to play with? In the last 12 months, my work with clients has gone galactic. So clients are now connecting with galactic lineage. The light comes in, activates the body. There's a big kind of physical thing. And then over the next few days, the client integrates the activations in the DNA. It's been happening for a while. Okay, so the new birth guarded vigilantly was me yesterday. I was guarding vigilantly the, wow, I was guarding vigilantly the, how do I share this? And I was guarding vigilantly the, how do I share this responsibly? Because I don't want people trotting off trying to do this themselves. And then I moved to witness and completed the circle and just trusted that we've got this. And if you need me, you know where I am. So completed the circle so that today, you know, I'm ready to share that. Wow. I'm loving these cards. They are so of their time. Right. Where are we going? Where am I going? Yeah. Okay. No, not feeling that. I wonder. Let's go to the White Light Oracle and for a card that speaks into this reading. Find a card that speaks into this reading. Thank you. 2. That's interesting. That came out for the masculine, didn't it, yesterday? That's the underlying. Finding the pearl within. Okay, so you saw me shuffle those cards because that also came out for the masculine and that came out for the feminine. What do they make? Bear with me, I just want to play. Oh, wow, this is a powerful message. Oh, God, that's done me. The message with these cards, yeah. God, I can barely get the words out. The message, beloved, is don't try and build it. Let it be built. We have you. We are bringing your pearl back to you. And we are helping you to realign back into the cosmic family. I can attest there is a really strong, loving energy here. Really powerful. I feel held, I feel safe, I feel like all my burdens just got taken away. I feel like all my responsibility to be something just got taken away. And this hand is just coming out, or I can rest into it. Let it be built. You'll do that by going within. Wow. Beautiful, absolutely stunning. You're coming home. We're all coming home. Right. I'm going to beat a hasty retreat so I can go and grab a tissue. Your beloved. Take care. I'll see you soon. Lots of love.